So if you've been involved with the stock market for a while, then it takes a good understanding not only of the markets, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about work, family, school, and all of the other responsibilities that we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be extremely challenging. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and the strategies to help you find the next big move, no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up.
Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes.
Let's start this week off, folks, with some economic reports. So we've got quite a few reds and a few oranges even this week coming up. Let's talk about reds. I've rented orange, no yellow on here this week. So we've got consumer confidence coming up on Tuesday. We've got the FOMC coming up on Wednesday. Big reports, big reports. Fund rate, all of that. Right? Then as far as other red on Friday, average hourly report, the unemployment report. Those are at 8:30 a.m. 10 a.m. is the ISM manufacturing report. Couple of, again, orange ones. Now the Fed is back, right? The Fed was back to work this week. There's about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks before we're back at the same doorstep all over again of fix it or go back out on leave, sabbatical at that point. So it at least helps people get some money short term, but I don't think the battle is over yet, folks. And it will, not might, it will affect what goes on in the market. So keep your eyes tuned to that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some earnings that are coming up. Now, these are not all of them. By any stretch of the imagination, these are nowhere near all of them, right? So you've got quite a few big names coming up in here. Alibaba coming up on Wednesday, right? I look at ones that I tend to trade regularly in there. That's one of them. I love MMM. Verizon, VZ is a good, steady stock. Hess, if gas does start to cover. Right, ExxonMobil, the same way. Merck, MRK, big brand, right? CVX is Chevron, big oil company. Valero is in there. We trade that in power option plays all the time. All right, so we've got a couple of those in here. Now, guys, right here it says, how do we trade the dreaded box of neutrality? That's the slide you saw when you first saw this video, right? How do we trade it? I want to look at the S&P 500 and talk about that rectangle that I've got drawn on there, right? Because that rectangle is going to be extremely important to what's going on over the next couple of days and or weeks, right? So let's go look at the S&P 500 first. Actually, let's bring this up. And let me go ahead and go down here. I've got some watch lists already saved for our purposes. Right, and here we go. Here is the dreaded box of neutrality. Redrew it a little bit on Friday because the market wasn't closed when I created that box, or that slide rather for it, or had Sean, my graphics guy, created. So here we have the dreaded box of neutrality. We've got a couple of days in a row, kind of this sideways move. We're pinned in there right now. Doesn't mean we're staying in there. Doesn't mean we're getting out. It just means we're in there. So right now, dreaded box of neutrality, it means we should be neutral, which means we should shift over to day trading. Folks, if you do not have a day trading or an intraday strategy as part of your system, you need to. The only way you're ever going to become successful is to learn how to have both a swing trade and a day trading system, right? Because if you're trying to rely on a swing trading system, then you're missing out on the times like now when the markets shift over. When you look at last year, and December was the worst December in history since 1930 for the stock market, and we, in our power options plays, made $130,000 in our paper trading account, then something's off. Something's wrong or rotten in Denmark if you are in that situation. And it's nothing more than not having a plan, a how-to. Well, Rob, I'm just a day trader, and that's great. But when the market takes off and you get $500 or $5,000 out of the market today as a day trader, As a swing trader, I'm going to get $5,000 over a couple of days or $50,000 over a couple of days, right? Because I've got the ability to let that run go, right? To let the winners run, cut the losers short. Day trading to me is not a system as a standalone. I think you combine the two together to give you the best results. It doesn't mean you can't pick one over the other, but when your system has a combination of both, it is that 1-2 punch that'll give you everything that you need in the market. So we look at the S&P 500, that rectangle, we breaking out of it or not, that's going to be the key. Now we look at last week, we look at the movers and shakers, right? Amazon was down $25. It wasn't a great move for an Amazon. It was down a lot more than that. Friday was a big day for Amazon. I know we had a trade go off on Amazon on Friday, and we did extremely well as a day trade, right? Then we look at Booking. They were down up $42 for the week. Not bad. You could see there was a very long wick below the body, very long wick above. So overall, there was some movement throughout the course of the week, but not too shabby. And then we had CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill, on fire yet again. This is 5 weeks in a row. It is kicking tail and taking numbers. They have done an amazing job with their new leadership in making the move forward that they need to. All right, so great looking companies from last week. Well, that's wonderful, but how do we go about trading them this week? Well, let's see what we've got on our docket for this week. Amazon is one of them. Right? So we're sitting right above our our Fibonacci line, that 1667 level. So we're looking for a move up to about 1700 on Amazon, right? On Biogen, which I'm a tremendous fan. Now keep in mind, they do have earnings coming up. But for some short-term day trades, guys, 342 is our target. We're sitting at 337. So we've got a couple of bucks in there. We've been there just 3 days ago. So we know it's possible to tag it again. Costco, COST. I love the pattern Costco is setting up. It's an upside down H pattern. It's one of my favorite patterns to trade are the H, or it's a regular H pattern. It's one of my favorite patterns to trade is the H. I'll give you a quick synopsis of what it looks like there. I'll grab the screen drawing tool. And this is it right here. Right now I drew a little high, but right there. Same pattern, okay? So I love the setup. I love the structure. I love where it's going. Look at 206 and 200 as your two downside targets. And then Netflix. Netflix broke out. Yet again, folks, the earnings came out. They pulled back a little bit on the woes. Maybe they could have been better. Well, wait, will customers really pay all that money? Oh, yeah, they will. Boom. Great explosion on Friday, up $11.50 on the close. So look for a move up to about 354 as our next target. Right? Been a fantastic week, guys. Hope you're going to have a similar one for you this week as well.
I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.